Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic reading comprehension. This is very important topic for any competitive exam. Now this is part 4. Earlier, we have done 3 sessions of reading comprehension in which we discussed some passages and concept of reading comprehension. Also, we did questions based on them. In this session as well, we are going to discuss some passages and questions based on them. So, let's begin the session. Here, we'll start with passage number 10. So the passage is about you. Now you must have an idea that how to solve a reading comprehension. Well, in this session, I have tried a level up of reading comprehension. So your passage number 10 is about, let us read the first or the starting lines of this passage so that we can get an idea that what the passage is about. Journalists argue over functions of a newspaper. I feel that a provincial paper's purpose is not only to present and project the news objectively and imaginatively, but to help its readers to express themselves more efficiently or more effectively, canalizing their aspirations, making more articulate their demands. Now let us see the questions first. The first question is, how can the readers air the grievances? It means, how can the readers present their grievances or raise their grievances? Now let us try to infer this answer from the passage given to us. A newspaper should reflect the community it serves, wards and all. When the minor is held to society, it reveals neglect, injustice, ignorance or complacency. It should help to eradicate them. It would be pretentious to think that a newspaper can change the course of world affairs, but at local limit, it can exert influence. It can probe, it can help get things done. The individual's voice must not be stifled. Instead, the readers should be encouraged to express their opinions, fears, hopes, or their grievances on this platform. Now, in this line, we can see the answer. Now, it happens sometimes that whatever the question is given to us, we do not get the meaning or the answer of that particular question directly in the passage. And for that, we have to read the entire passage. But you should focus on the length of the passage. Now, whenever we are going to do small passages, we can read the entire passage easily. But if the passage is too long, we just have to see the keywords and just to have to go through the passage. Now in the first question, it is written grievances, so we have to look for this word in the passage. So this is the keyword. Now I need not read the entire passage. In fact, I can just go to that particular point which contains the word grievances. Now you can see it in the last sentence. Instead, the readers should be encouraged to express their opinions, fears, hopes or their grievances on this platform. It means, now let us see the options because the answer is not given directly. So let us see the options. By being complacent, by supporting the local newspaper, by writing to journalists, by writing to their local newspapers. Now here we get a word again, that is complacent. Now let us see where this word is written. When the mirror is held to society, it reveals neglect, injustice, ignorance or complacency. So this cannot be the answer because here it is given that by being complacent, whereas it is written it should be ignored. Now if we infer this from the passage, the answer is not given directly. Therefore, in this line we can see here we are talking about the local newspapers. Therefore, instead the readers should be encouraged. It means they should be encouraged to present their grievances in the local newspaper. So the answer should be D, by writing to their local newspapers. Now, journalists have not been talked about over here. Journalists argue over functions of a newspaper. I feel that provincial paper's purpose is not only to present and project news objectively and imaginatively, but to help its readers to express themselves more effectively, canalizing their aspirations, making more articulate their demands. A newspaper should reflect. Now here it is written, a newspaper should reflect. It means those are not the journalists who should listen the grievances. In fact, a newspaper should listen to them. So let us move to the next one. Now, what is the main purpose of a newspaper? Now, we have already read this in our lines. So let us see. In the first line, it is written, I feel that a provincial paper's purpose, provincial papers means newspaper, is not only to present and project the news objectively and imaginatively. Now, from here, we can infer that this is also the purpose. Now, not only but also includes many options. Now, in this, it is written objectively and imaginatively. It means this is the first option. So, we can have more options as well, like, but to help its readers to express themselves more effectively, canalizing their aspirations, making more articulate their demands. Now, let us see if all the options are given in the options. Or all the sentences are given in the options. Project news objectively and imaginatively. So this is the correct answer. To present facts in a blunt way. Now, we do not have to present our facts in a blunt way. In fact, we have to present them in effective manner. Exert influence on the individuals? No. In fact, the main purpose is to exert them to present their grievances. So this cannot again be the same. Encourage the readers to be pretentious? No. Here in this line, it is written, it would be pretentious to think that a newspaper can change the course of the world. So pretentious is not about the readers. In fact, it is about the thinking that newspaper can change the course of the world affairs. Now, in fact, the local limit, it can exert influence. So the correct option here is A. Only one purpose has been given in the options. So our answer for the question number 2 is A. That is, the main purpose of a newspaper is to project news objectively and imaginatively. Now, let us move to the next one. The expression warts and all in the passage means. Now, whenever we will be given such type of questions, first we have to look for this particular phrase, whether it is written or where it is written. So, warts and all. Now, let us see where is it written. So, let us just go through the passage in this sentence where, yes, here, of course, we can find this phrase that is warts and all. Now, let us read this entire statement. A newspaper should reflect the community it serves, warts and all. Now, a newspaper should reflect. What should it reflect? Now, let us see the options. That what can be the meaning of this warts and all? Hopes and fears, the reader's grievances, with no attempt to conceal blemishes and inadequacies, the community's problems. Now, here it is written, that is, a newspaper should reflect. Now, what does a newspaper should reflect? What does a newspaper reflect? Or what should a newspaper reflect? A newspaper should reflect each and everything in precise, or you can say in detailed manner, but it should be true. It means it should be factual. It should be true to the words, or you can say it should be real. A newspaper should not show anyone in a better way, or it should not present someone in a negative way only. It should tell us each and everything, the qualities, the bad qualities and the good qualities. So all the qualities should be mentioned over there. Now, community, it serves warts and all. So this refers to that. Now, hopes and fears? No, because hopes and fears are not about a person. The reader's grievances? No, not only the grievances, but a newspaper also shows the encouragements or the award that a person gets. So it motivates us as well. Now, with no attempt to conceal means hide. Blemishes means bad qualities, and inadequacies means incapacities. So we can say this is the correct option, because it should not conceal anything. It should tell us all the things about a person, all the things about the person which we are talking about, because readers' grievances cannot be shown in the newspaper. In fact, the news which is collected from some person, it should be shown truly, whether it has some good qualities, whether he has some bad qualities, all should be mentioned over there. Nothing should be concealed or hidden. The community's problems? No. So the correct answer should be C according to the passage. So the phrase warts and all means with no attempt to conceal blemishes and inadequacies. Now, because this is a phrase, the meaning of this phrase is just not to conceal anything, just to reveal each and everything about a person, each and every quality about a person. Now let us move to the next one. How can a newspaper influence local affairs? Now let us see if we can find this question or the answer to this question directly in the passage. How can a newspaper influence local affairs? Now let us see where it is written in the passage. So is there any information about local affairs? Obviously we have here that a newspaper can change the course of the world, but at the local limit it can exert influence, it can probe, it can help get things done. The individual's voice must not be stifled. Instead, the readers should be encouraged to express their opinions. Now let us see the options. By probing in the ills of the society and rallying support for change, by encouraging the readers to accept the grievances. Now, this cannot be the answer because we cannot encourage the readers to accept the grievances. In fact, to overcome them should be the priority. By focusing on world affairs, no. By influencing public opinion through half-truths, no. Half-truths cannot be given because now this is logical. If you do not read the passage after reading this question, you can easily mark the answer, because here in this passage, by just reading the first sentence, we are able to identify that this is the only part which can be the answer. So A is A is the correct answer. So our answer is A. That is, by probing in the ills of the society and rallying support for change. Now let us move to the next one. In this passage, the writer highlights the fact that. Now, what is the writer wants to highlight? What does the writer want to highlight? Let us see. A newspaper should reflect the community it serves. A newspaper should only concentrate on local affairs. Journalists differ in their opinion on the function of a newspaper. Newspaper can eradicate injustice. No. This is not the correct answer. If we read the options only, we can eliminate this option. Journalists differ in their opinion on the function of a newspaper. And here it is written, a newspaper should reflect the community it serves. Now let us get back to the passage. It is given in the passage that if you see this, this line, a newspaper should reflect the community it serves. So this is the direct line which is given in the passage, and the question is asked about that. In this passage, the writer highlights the fact that a newspaper should reflect the community it serves. So this will be the correct answer. So our answer is A. Now let us move to the next passage. This is passage number 11. Now I hope that in passage number 10, whatever I have marked, your answers are matching to my answers. Now let us read this passage. The first working steam-powered vehicle was designed and most likely built by Ferdinand Berbice, a Flemish member of a Jesuit mission in China around 1672. It was a 65 centimeter long scale model toy for the Chinese emperor that was unable to carry a driver or a passenger. Now, this is somewhere about some vehicle that was invented. Now, let us just first read the questions. So, the first question is, the first full-scale working steam-powered tricycle was built by. So, we have to look for some keywords, that is, first full-scale, tricycle, steam-powered. Now, let us see these words or these keywords in the passage. So, when I read the passage, the first 4 lines, I didn't get any of these words. So now let us just go through the passage. I have to see now. Here we can see the first full. Now I was just going through the passage, and here I get the word that is the first full scale self-propelled mechanical vehicle or automobile in about 1769. He also created a steam-powered tricycle. Now he. Whom does this he refer to? Now let us see who this he is. So let us just get back to the first paragraph. That is, it is not known if Verbiest's model was ever built. Now Nicholas Joseph Cugnot or Connaught is widely credited with building the. Now widely credited, it means this is the person who has built the first full scale and steam powered tricycle. So let us see the options. It is Verbiest, Connaught, Travathic, Niepce. It's Niepce. So we can say B. So B is the correct answer. So our answer is B. Now, readers, maybe our pronunciation changes according to the words or according to the names, because these all are English names. So let it be. But we'll try to pronounce the words as it is. And I'm really very sorry for if any pronunciation of anyone's name I change. Now let us read the second question. Connaught, or you can say Cugnot, built steam tractors for. Now let us see steam tractors built by Cugnot or Connaught. So he constructed 2 steam tractors for French army. Now who? Cugnot. One of which is preserved in the French National Conservatory. So we were talking about this Connaught or Cugnot, and here it is the line continues for the same person. That is, he constructed 2 steam tractors for the French army. So from here we can get the answer. That is, he built the steam tractors for the French army. So our answer is B, of course. This is directly given in the passage. So this is very simple passage because we have been given the answers directly. Now let us see this. The problem with Travathic's puffing devil was. So it is Travathic's puffing devil. Now let us see this keyword. 2 keywords are there. One is problem and with what? Travathic's puffing devil. Now let us see these 2 words in the paragraph. So here we can see this word Travathic. It is Richard Travathic built and demonstrated his puffing devil road locomotive believed by many to be the first demonstration of a steam-powered road vehicle. It was unable. Now this is the incapacity, or you can say the problem. That is, it was unable to maintain sufficient steam pressure for long periods. So this is the answer that we need. Now let us see whether it is given in the options or not. Its incapability to carry driver or passenger? No. Driver and passenger are not talked about. With the water supply? No. Its inability to maintain steam pressure? Yes, this has been talked about. So our answer is C. Now this you can see that the answers are given directly in this passage. What is meant by the word sentiment in the context of the given paragraph? Now let us see what can be the meaning of the word sentiment. So let us see in the passage where this word is written. So sentiment is in the last paragraph. You can say last 4 lines. Sentiment against steam-powered road vehicles led to the Locomotive Acts of 1865. Well, this is another line. So our answer is just hidden in this part. Sentiment against steam-powered road vehicles led to the Locomotive Acts of 1865. Now let us see the options given. Depression, fascination, celebration, or resentment. Because there was a problem about steam pressure, and we can say that obviously the person sentiment with the attachment of a vehicle, obviously depression will not be there, fascination is not there, celebration is not there. It should be resentment. Now the meaning of this word resentment is you can say feeling of bitterness, feeling of angriness, or feeling of anger. So in the passage you can see sentiment against steam-powered road vehicles led to the Locomotive Acts. Now, obviously, acts are made just because some things are wrong. Just to overcome them, acts are made. Now, sentiment against esteem part, because it was unable to maintain sufficient esteem pressure for long periods. Therefore, sentiment against, it means the anger against that, or the feeling of bitterness against that esteem part, led to the Locomotive Acts of 1865. So here the correct answer should be resentment. So our answer is D. So the answer of this question number 4 is D. Now let us move to the last question of this passage. The pyreolophore was. Now what is this? Let us see it in the passage. So here it is written, Nice Nips and his brother Claude probably created the world's first internal combustion engine, which they called pyreolophore. So was it? It was the world's first internal combustion engine. Now let us see the options. The self-propelled mechanical vehicle, the steam-powered tricycle, the steam tractor, the name of the world's first internal combustion engine. So obviously it is given in option number D. So our answer is D, which is directly given to us in the passage. So our answer is D. Now, I hope you all also have done the same questions or the same answers of the questions which I have done. Now, let us move to the next one. Now, this is passage number 12. Now, let's read some lines or a few lines of this passage, or the starting lines of this passage. To know language is to be able to speak it. Even a child who does not yet attend school can speak his or her language. In order to speak a language, it is important to listen to it and to read a few pages in it every day. Now let us first come to the questions. One of the activities of a child before it is even born is seeing, listening, understanding, talking. Now, if I go for this question logically, I will get the answer directly. I need not read it in the passage, yet I'll show you the answer of this in the passage as well. Now try to just figure out that what can be the answer of this passage, answer of this question, because this is a very logical thing. That is, when a child he's not born, what can be the thing that he can do? Whether he can see? No, he cannot see at all. Listening. Understanding. No, he cannot understand anything. He cannot comprehend. Talking. Obviously, he didn't talk. A child doesn't talk when he's not born. Only the thing that he does is listening. So this will be the correct answer. Now let us read this in the passage as well, whether our answer is correct or not. So let us read the word it is written. Now, a baby does not speak until it is 9 months old, but it understands a few words at 6 months. So now he starts understanding at the age of 6 months. He speaks when he is of 9 months. It has been listening ever since it was born and even a little before that. So he started listening even before his birth. Therefore, we are confirmed that our answer is B, of course, that is listening. Now let us move to the next one. It is necessary for one to dash the language before she writes in that language. Now what does sing, spell, speak, or none of the above? So now let us see if it is written in the passage directly or not. It is necessary for one to dash the language before she writes. Now let us see whether this line is given in the passage or not. So a child picks up. Now just go through the passage. Just try to just read as you read the menu cards in a restaurant. So human neighborhood, multilingualism, and just to go through the lines as I'm doing. So in order to read and write in a language, one has to speak it. So this is given in this. But it is possible to speak a language but not able to read or write it. So in order to read and write in a language, one has to speak it. So speaking is necessary. So let us see the answer. Obviously, if it is necessary for one to speak the language before she writes in that language. So the answer is C, and this is the correct answer. First, we should know how to speak that language, and then only we can write it. Now let us move to the next question. That is, multilingualism means. Now, if we don't go to the passage and try to find out the meaning of this word or this phrase here only, let us see. Multi means various. It means more than one or two, or more than one or two, or you can say multi means many. Lingualism means language. We know well that lingualism means language. Now, multilingualism means when we speak more than one languages. Speak more than one language. Speaking only one language? No. One language is only one language. Speaking any language? No. Obviously, it should be speaking more than one language. Then it is known as multilingualism. Now, let us see this in the passage as well. Now, if we see that where this word multilingualism is written, so it is written in this line, that is the first line of the second paragraph, or you can say second page. So, in our country, a child may grow up speaking more than one language. If these languages can be spoken in the home and in the neighborhood, we call this multilingualism. Now, we are sure about our answer, that what we have read, that is, our answer is A. So now we are confirmed that our answer is absolutely correct. That is A. Now let us move to the next question. A child has been dash ever since it was born. So this we have already read. Now let us see the options. Speaking, reading, walking, listening. Obviously he has been listening. So our answer is D. That is listening. Because a child has been listening ever since it was born. Though he did not start speaking. So a baby does not speak until it is 9 months old, but it understands few months at the age of 6 months, and it has been listening ever since it was born, and even a little before that. Now let us move to the last question of this passage. To know a language, one must be able to. Now let us again try to figure out the answer by just reading the options, and after that we'll go to confirm in the passage. Speak it as easily and naturally as 3-year-old child. Read it well and all the time. Write quickly. Sing in the language. Now the question is, to know a language, one must be able to. Now let us see whether this line is written in the passage. So here it is written, to know a language then is first of all able to speak it as easily and naturally as a 3-year-old child does. So this is directly given in the passage. So we know well that the option is A, of course, because it is directly given in the passage. So our answer is A. Now these types of passages are very, very simple and easy. We just know that what the answer is, and the answer is given directly in the passage. So we just have to go through it like we go through a menu card in a restaurant, and we get the answers. Now let us move to the next passage. I hope your answers matched my answers. Now this is passage number 13. Freedom has assuredly given us a new status and new opportunities. But it also implies that we should discard selfishness, laziness, and all narrowness of outlook. Our freedom, our new suggests toil and creation of new values for old ones. So this is somewhere about freedom and the consequences. Now let us see the questions. First question is, anyone can free himself from the clutches of difficulties if he. The options are eliminates narrow outlook, fulfills his responsibilities, discards idleness, and discharges his obligations. Now anyone can free himself from the clutches of difficulties. Now let us see these two words, clutches and difficulties, where it is given in the passage. So if you see this, we should just go through the passage. We should this are self-satisfactorily and this capacity, each one of us, however humble serves. Now I'm just reading the words. If we root out idleness, all our difficulties, including our conflicts, will gradually disappear. So here in this part it is written, that is, if we root out means eliminate, idleness, all our difficulties, including even conflicts, will gradually disappear. So, here in this part, we have been given the answer. Now, let us read the question again. Anyone can free himself from the clutches of difficulties if he eliminates narrow outlook, fulfill his responsibilities. It is discards idleness. So this is the correct answer. It is again directly given in the passage, though the keywords are not given directly. But we can infer the meaning of the question and the answer from the passage itself. So our answer is C. Now, eliminates narrow outlook is given in it implies discard, but it also implies that which is freedom has assuredly given us a new status and a new opportunities. But it also implies, now what freedom also implies, that we should discard selfishness, laziness, and narrowness of outlook. So this is given about freedom. But for the difficulties, it is only to discard idleness is given. So now let us move to the next question. That is, what has freedom undeniably offered to the citizens of India? New opportunities, new outlook, new responsibilities, new values. Now, if you remember, we have just read this word that freedom has assuredly given us a new status and new opportunities. Now let us see in the options again. Opportunities, new outlook, new responsibilities, new values. Only one option is given to us, that is new opportunities. So our answer is A. So this is absolutely correct answer, which is directly given in the passage. Now let us move to the next one. One thing needs to be stressed. Stressed means pressurized more than anything else in this new setup. It is that people should. Now let us see this line, whether it is given in the passage or not. So let us just read the passage, just go through the passage. If there is any one thing that needs to be stressed more, now this is the line which we are looking for, than any other in the new setup, is that we should. Till here we have been given in the question. Put into action our full capacity, each one of us in productive effort, each one of us in his own sphere, however humble. Now let us see in the options. So it is written, discard narrowness of outlook, discipline themselves suitably, work to their full capacity. Now this is the thing which is given in the passage. So our answer is C, though there are other options as well, but the correct option is work to their full capacity. Now let us move to the next one. Dash work should be the motto of our citizens. So let us see this word motto. It is given, and what kind of work is given? Work. Here in this line, you can see work. Unceasing work should be our watchword. Now, watchword is motto. So, what should be our motto? That is, it is directly given, that is unceasing. Unceasing means continuous work. Now, let us see the options. In options, it is written resourceful, incessant, productive, ingenious. Now, here we are not given the word directly, but we have been given the synonym of that particular word, unceasing. So the synonym of that particular word unceasing is incessant. So incessant means continuously. So our answer is B. This is also confirmed. That is, incessant work should be motto of our citizens. Now let us move to the next one. Nothing else can give us joy except. Now let us see where it is written. Nothing else can give us joy. So let us get back to the passage. Here, if you see this passage, it is written, nothing else is what? Work is wealth and service is happiness. So what is happiness? Service is happiness. Nothing else is. Now let us see the options. It is written service, idleness, wealth, freedom. Of course, it is service. So our answer is A. Again, we can find out the answer very easily. So this was the last passage of today's session. We have read 4 passages in this session. I hope your answers matched with my answers. And if we see the passages carefully, passage number 10, in this passage, the answers were not given directly, but in passage number 11, 12 and 13, those were very simple passage and answers were given directly in the passage. So just try to read the passage or just go through the passage and try to figure out the meaning, what your question is about. I hope these passages are beneficial for you all, and in the next session we are going to discuss some passages as well. So thank you very much.